Sports Talk back another video day, and today the Los Angeles Lakers have traded for Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith, a good shooter and a good defender, is headed to the Lakers alongside Shake Milton. 3 second-round picks, D'Angelo Russell and Maxwell Lewis, are headed to the Brooklyn Nets. I literally swear just an hour or two ago I saw a alert on my phone that said the Lakers are going to be patient at the trade deadline. They're not going to rush things, and they're gonna be patient going into February 6th trade deadline. Hour or two later, the Lakers are making a trade, sending probably one of their best trade assets, 3 second-round picks, and a young player for Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm not saying I like the trade. That's not a great way of being patient. I think a big reason why this trade happened so quick, why the Lakers decided not to be patient, probably has to do with the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies were really pushing to land Dorian Finney-Smith. We heard something about Luke Kennard, John Concar, and a first-round pick for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Grizzlies being a competitor in the Western Conference, I think the Lakers decided to pull the trigger and go get Dorian Finney-Smith. So the Lakers had a lot of interest in Dorian Finney-Smith, but I think it was also the Grizzlies' interest in him that made the Lakers decide to say, okay, we have to do this now when it's not even January and the trade deadline is on February 6th before the Grizzlies do it. Because we have interest in him, and not only do we have interest in him, but we cannot have one of our competitors in the Western Conference get better. I still think the Grizzlies were going to try to get better in the trade deadline, but I think the Lakers kind of stopped the Grizzlies from getting Dorian Finney-Smith with this trade. Dorian Finney-Smith has averaged 10 points per game this season, shooting really well from three for Brooklyn, shooting 44% from three. He's averaging 5 rebounds per game. He's a good defender, which I think is really good for the Lakers. His average 1 steal, almost 1 block. In 20 games with only 29 minutes per game. So I really like this addition for the Lakers. I think he'll be great. I also like the other addition. You add in Shake Milton, who is averaging 7 points per game this season with the Nets. Also another good shooter. Shot 36% in his career. Has had multiple 40% three-point shooting seasons. Back with Philadelphia. Was really good in Philadelphia. Even in the 2020-21 season was a 6-man candidate. So I really like that addition for the Lakers as well. You get to add in another guard who could be really good for the Lakers off the bench if they decide to give him some minutes. So I like his addition as well. Now you get rid of D'Lo. D'Lo has had an up and down season this year. It's been really bad, but he heads back to Brooklyn where he had his only All-Star season. It seems like D'Lo continues to get traded back to former teams. What's next, Minnesota or Golden State? But he did have his only All-Star season in Brooklyn 2018-19 season with 21 points per game. He spent 2 seasons in Brooklyn after his first exit with LA. And now after his second exit with LA, he goes back to Brooklyn again. Likes going from Brooklyn to LA. LA to Brooklyn. But this year he's averaged 12 points per game, 5 assists per game, 1 steal per game, and that's in 29 games with 10 starts. Look, I think he also, shooting-wise, it's not been a good year. It's been his worst year of his career, actually, or one of his worst of his career, 33% from three. It's his second worst of his career besides the 2017-18 season with Brooklyn. So it's been a bad shooting season for D'Lo. It's been really bad. Now I think you start talking about, okay, are you going to miss the facilitating that D'Lo brings off the bench? Because he has been a decent part of the facilitating, right? He's averaged 5 assists per game. I don't know so much because last night I just watched Austin Reeves, just kill it with like 15 assists last night. Had a career high in assists. So I think Austin Reeves, and you have LeBron, a guy who's been a good facilitator. AD had 8 assists last night. So I don't know how much of a facilitating you're going to really miss when you have Reeves playing the way he's playing right now. You have LeBron and AD doing a great job. LeBron's been a big assist guy this year, and so is AD at times. And I'm not trying to hype up Gabe Vincent because I really don't like him scoring-wise. I don't think he's a good offensive player just in the aspect of scoring. But I think Gabe Vincent's a good facilitator as well. He might have a bigger chance. With D'Lo gone now, Vincent might have a bigger chance to step up on the facilitating side of things, getting assists. Like I don't I know Vincent offensively recently has been better, which is good for this team. But I still don't think he's that good of a scorer at all. I think he's a terrible scorer. But I saw it in Miami. I think he can do it with LA, be a solid facilitator off the bench, kind of replace what D'Lo brought off the bench, facilitating. So watch out for Gabe Vincent trying to replace D'Lo's facilitating off the bench, or you could see that with Shake Milton, who replaces that as well. I feel like Dorian Finney-Smith just comes in and he's an addition. He'll be in the starting lineup most likely. He'll bring great 3-point shooting, great defense, good rebounding for this Lakers team. Good scoring possibly as well, which will be good. And then the D'Lo replacement, I think, might come in the mix of between Gabe Vincent and Shake Milton. But let me know your thoughts on the trade in the comment section. Trades are moving fast. It's kind of interesting. Last year, during trade deadline season, the first trade was on New Year's Eve when the Knicks traded for OG Anunoby. This year, in 2024, we've seen 3 trades already. We saw Thomas Bryant get traded to the Pacers. We saw Dennis Schroeder get traded to the Warriors. And now we hear Dorian Finney-Smith going to the Lakers. 3 trades before there was even 1 trade last year with the OG Anunoby trade. So it's going to be an interesting trade deadline season, I believe. Let me know your thoughts on the trade in the comment section, and peace out.